Good morning, everyone. Today's my topic, anatomy of pinus stem. Already in last class, we have discussed the external morphology of pinus. On the basis of it, we will discuss about today internal structure or anatomy of pinus stem. So, according to the external morphology, if we see, pinus is a woody trunked stem. Woody means it shows secondary growth. So when the pinus plant is young, the anatomy will be different and simple. When the pinus shows secondary growth, it shows different type of internal structures. So coming to the detailed study of anatomy of stem, the primary stem is differentiated into three parts. It is very common among all the stems. The stem is differentiated into epidermis, cortex, and stele. Epidermis. Wherever we see, epidermis is the outermost layer and protective layer, and it is enclosed by thick cuticle. Epidermis means the firstmost layer of the any internal structure. It is the outermost layer and it gives the protection to the inner organs, and always it should be in single layered except in xerophytes. It is always in single layered. The cells are parenchymatous and without intercellular spaces. This is the young stem epidermis. Now, it is parenchymatous, compactly arranged and thick cuticularized. Now, coming to the next one, cortex. Cortex always present below the epidermis. It is multi-layered in young pinus stem. It is also parenchymatous, and the important characteristic feature of the pinus stem is presence of resin canals which are scatteredly distributed in the cortex. The resin canals are ducts which store resin in the secretory substance while physiological activities which is commercially used along with the tannins. And this resin canal, each resin canal is surrounded by a single layer of epithelial cells. So presence of resin canals are, it is the very common most important identification in pinus. All over the plant parts consist of resin canals. Now cortex cells store water and minerals. They are parenchymatous and epithelial cells are surround the resin canal. Next, coming to the innermost part of the young stem. Innermost part of the young stem is known as stele. Stele is nothing but which consists of vascular bundles. Number of vascular bundles are present according to the dichotomous stem. Here, the vascular bundles are nothing but which composed of xylem and phloem. The vascular bundles are arranged in a ring in limited number in the young stem, which surround the pith in the center. The type of vascular bundles are quiescent, collateral, and open type. Quiescent collateral open type is nothing but the arrangement of xylem and phloem in the vascular bundles are one above the other. Xylem is always towards the inner side and phloem is always towards the outer side. And in between these two, there is a presence of cambium. So coming to the xylem, what is the meaning of xylem? What is the responsibility of the xylem? Xylem is nothing but which is responsible for the translocation of water and minerals. And phloem is responsible for the translocation of carbohydrates which are synthesized. So presence of cambium in between xylem and phloem. Such a type of vascular bundles are called opened type. A narrow strip, a thin wall layered of cells are form a one narrow strip-like structure, and that is known as cambium. That cambium present between the xylem and phloem of each and every vascular bundle. So presence of this cambium leads to the secondary growth. Next, pericycle. Pericycle is the one more important layer which is present outer the ring of vascular bundles. And this pericycle is belongs to the stellar zone. Pericycle is the outermost layer of the stele. Above the pericycle, one more layer of thin-walled endodermis cells are present. The endodermis belongs to the cortex and which separate the cortex from the stele. So presence of endodermis and pericycle very prompt and distinguished in young pinus stem. So these are all under goes secondary division due to the presence of cambium in between xylem and phloem. Hence, the vascular bundles of pinus is opened type, collateral and conjoint. Conjoint means the vascular bundles are arranged in a ring, giving some space. The space is filled with the medullary rays, and presence of xylem and phloem on the same radial axis is known as collateral vascular bundles. Now coming to the xylem consists of exclusively tracheids. Here coming to xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem both are together called as complex tissues and translocating tissues. Xylem is a complex tissue which is composed by 4 types of cells. The 4 types of cells are in order: tracheids, nothing but xylem cells; trachea, xylem vessels; and the third one is xylem fibers; and the fourth one is xylem parenchyma. So the pinus is a gymnosperm. The primitive structures are depositor are formed in the pinus. Hence, the xylem consists of only tracheids. There is no presence of true vessels. So, it is one of the primitive nature. So, xylem is consists of only tracheids. It means xylem cells. And coming to the phloem, in the same manner, phloem is also a complex tissue which consists of same like a xylem, 4 types of cells. They are nothing but phloem cells, and they are nothing but phloem vessels and phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Our phloem cells are nothing but seed tubes, and phloem parenchyma, these both are present in the phloem, but companion cells are absent in the phloem. So companion cells absent, two vessels are absent in the xylem. Companion cells absent in the phloem is the important characteristic feature of the pinus stem. Now coming to the next, this is already discussed. Presence of 4 rectangular thin-walled cells between xylem and phloem is known as cambium. Coming to the growth of the stem, slowly the layers of cambium cells are increased. In a young stem, the cambium is a single layered. Coming to the more age, the cambium become into few layered. So this is the primary young stem anatomy. Now coming to the secondary growth in pinus stem. Secondary growth means additional formation of each and every part of the internal structure. So epidermis is additionally developed, cortex is also additionally developed in the stellar main. The secondary growth takes place in the stellar from the center to the outer side. The development or repetition, regeneration of the structures are involved in that. Due to that, from the center to outer side of the stem, the pressure takes place. Coming to the complete growth of the secondary growth or formation of secondary tissues, we will find out formation of bark or carp, splitting in the epidermis. So the totally when the secondary growth occurs in the stem, the epidermis, cortex, and stellar zone is totally produce several types of structures in that. So now we will discuss in brief secondary growth of the stem. It takes place by the activity of a cambium ring. And how can we find out, how can we confirm how the secondary growth occurs? Due to the presence of distinct annual rings in the wood. Wood is nothing but a secondary xylem. In the primary structure, wood is xylem. In the secondary, it is only called as a wood. Wood means which is very strong and gives strength. And here coming to the pinus, the wood is dense and very massive with few parenchyma cells, that is known as pycnoxylic wood. And this pinus wood is also commercially valuable. And every year a ring of vascular bundles are formed, like that annual growth of rings. They are known as annual rings. These annual rings leads to the helpful for the counting age of the plant or tree. No. Now a small parenchymatous pith is present in the center of the stem. Cork cambium is nothing but phyllogen is formed after the cortex, and the secondary cortical cells are cortical cells, phylloderm towards inner side and phylum towards outer side. So phyllogen, phylloderm, phylum, these are all belongs to the secondary parts which are formed by the cambium activity. Cork cambium is nothing but instead of the epidermis. In the young pinus stem, epidermis is single layered. When it comes to the secondary growth, the epidermis become multi-layered, that is known as phyllogen, and it is leads to the cork. The cork is commercially valuable, which is used to close the glassware, test tubes, and all flask like that in the laboratory manner. So cork cambium is phyllogen which is formed in place of the multicellular epidermis by the secondary growth, which is present outer cortical layer. Now secondary cortical cells means nothing but in the cortex we can find out three to outer cortex, middle cortex, and inner cortex. So outer cortex is made up of with outer cortex is made up of with parenchyma in the young stem, but coming to the older, we can find out. See, look at this. This is the structure belongs to the primary young stem. Very clearly, we can see that these are the annual rings, which are beautifully arranged in the center of the stele. The round one ring-like structure is visible to us. That is the cambium strip. This cambium strip inside the vascular bundle and the cambium between two vascular bundles united together form an annual ring. So every year one ring is formed. This is the empty space which is nothing but a pith and outer epidermis cuticle, and in the cortex we can find out a number of resin canals. Now this is the primary young stem structure. Now this is the secondary. So lot of difference we are finding in the primary structure and secondary structure. Secondary structure anyhow it is complex. We will find out epidermis is multi-layered. Below that cortex, that is known as phyllogen and phylloderm, and cortex is multi-layered. Outer cortex, middle cortex, and inner cortex. Outer cortex with hypoderm, sclerenchymatous, and middle cortex with parenchymatous, and the inner cortex is also with sclerenchymatous. Even after secondary growth also we can see the number of resin canals in the cortical zone. And coming to the endodermis, see, multi-layer endodermis become, and pericycle is also formed. But here one important thing that we have to remember, when a secondary growth occurs, endodermis, pericycle, everything will be disintegrated or ruptured, and they are replaced by secondary phloem and secondary xylem. So that is the important thing we have to remember. Now coming to the secondary growth, phyllogen, phylloderm, and phylum. These are all the secondary structures which are formed by the activity of the cambium. Now look at this. See here, this is the central pith and primary wood and secondary wood. Between each and every vascular bundle, this is the middle place which is occupied the medullary rays. And here the two types of woods are formed in the finus according to the season, that is spring wood and autumn wood. In finus, secondary growth is very similar to the dicot, and secondary wood consists exclusively tracheids with numerous border pits. And one more important character of the tracheids. Tracheids means which are belongs to the xylem. Here, xylem is nothing but for the translocation of water and minerals. So, how the cells are side by cells are surrounding area, how they are linked with each other for the translocation. There is a link between each and every cell which is composed in the tissue by some pores. Those pores are nothing but pits. The pores are not having any surrounding wall, that the pores are simple pits. If the pores are covered by a bracket-like structure, they are called border pits. So here in secondary wood, in the tracheids, it means in xylem cells, numerous border pits are present. And annual rings are consisting of two types of wood. Autumn wood means which is formed in the season of autumn, and spring wood is formed at the time of spring season. Autumn wood is commonly consist of narrow and thick-walled tracheids. Spring wood is wider and thin-walled tracheids. Both are commercially useful to the furniture making. The secondary medullary rays are usually one layer of cells in thickness and few in heights. So the same medullary rays means which are nothing but which are present between vascular bundles, elongated structures which are uniseriate in manner, which are connected from the cortex to the middle pit. They are in height and they are in one layer of cell thickness. Now coming to the phloem. Phloem portion of the medullary rays consists of starch containing cells are called albuminous cells. Albuminous cells are nothing but which are stored the starch. Phloem is anyhow for the help of translocation as well as for the storage of food also. So some of the cells which are thick and which are prominent in the medullary rays, which are belongs to the phloem part, which are known as albuminous cells. Now, the xylem portion of the medullary ray consists of similar starch cells in the middle, and empty cells with border pits are called tracheid cells. Overall, we have to remember in the xylem vessels are absent. So, coming to this topic, here mainly we have to concentrate the young stem anatomy. It is very simple and almost near to the dichotomous stem. It is outline is wavy because of the persistent leaf bases, and epidermis, cuticle, and everything. Hypodermis also one important thing structure present below the epidermis. It is one or two cell layered thickness, and it give mechanical support. And cortex is a parenchymatous storage tissue which is having so many resin canals, and stellar zone is occupied with the number of vascular bundles. Those vascular bundles are arranged in a ring, and interfascicular and intrafascicular cambium means the cambium strip which is present in the bundle and which is out of the bundle present between two vascular bundles united and uh, unite with each other and form a one annual ring. So every year when the secondary growth occurs, every year one annual ring formation occurs, that gives the indication of the age of the plant itself. So centrally pit is always made up of with the parenchyma. So when the secondary growth occurs, pit will be disturbed. The pit cells are ruptured and become empty due to the pressure of secondary xylem, and which is formed towards the inner side, and primary xylem towards the outer side. So look at this structure. It is this complete portion, phyllogen, phylloderm, phylum. These are comes under Kark commercial product, and this is the cortex become lesser than stellar zone. Whereas in primary structure, cortex will be more than the stellar zone. Whereas in secondary growth, cortex will also replaced by the pressure by the formation of secondary phloem towards outside, primary phloem, like that every year, tertiary phloem and fourth year phloem, like that the cortex zone is totally occupied with the secondary tissue by the activity of the cambium ring. So this is the fifth zone. Look at the secondary growth. Fifth is become destructed. So if we see any wood or any old stem structures in the center, we will find out some holes. That is nothing but pit cells are replaced and destructed by the pressure of xylem which is formed inside the growth. And anyhow, xylem is endark. Endark means the metaxylem is towards outside and protoxylem towards the inside. We can find the resin canals in the xylem zone also. This is secondary medullary race. This is each and every vascular bundle is separated with the medullary rays. These medullary rays are filled with the albuminous cells and as well as tracheal cells. So this is the anatomy of the secondary growth and the whole stem anatomy. Thank you, Ananda.